It was Christmas Eve, and the small town of Evergreen was blanketed in a thick layer of snow. Families nestled by the fire, the soft glow of Christmas lights casting a warm embrace over the quaint homes. In the heart of the town, the McKinley family prepared for a festive celebration. Little did they know, an unexpected visitor would make this Christmas one they would never forget. As the clock struck midnight, a hushed silence settled over Evergreen. The McKinley children, Emma and Charlie, were tucked into bed, dreams of sugar plums dancing in their heads. The soft flicker of the Christmas tree lights painted patterns on the walls of their room. Downstairs, the parents, Kate and Richard, exchanged gifts beneath the twinkling lights. The crackling fire created a cozy ambience, and laughter echoed through the festively decorated living room. Just as the clock marked the beginning of Christmas Day, a peculiar sound interrupted the joyous atmosphere. It was a soft, rhythmic tapping, almost like footsteps in the snow. Richard exchanged a puzzled glance with Kate, and they both rose to investigate. The house was silent, the only noise being the distant howl of the winter wind. Richard approached the window and peered into the snowy night. There, in the pale moonlight, stood a figure, a silhouette dressed in a tattered coat, hat pulled low over their face. Richard opened the front door cautiously, the bitter cold air rushing in. The figure turned slowly, revealing sunken eyes that gleamed with an otherworldly light. A chill ran down Richard's spine as he struggled to comprehend the scene unfolding before him. "Who are you?" Richard asked, his voice barely above a whisper. The figure remained silent, the tapping now replaced by a soft, haunting melody that seemed to echo through the snowy landscape. Kate joined her husband at the door, her eyes widening in both fear and fascination. Without uttering a word, the mysterious visitor stepped into the McKinley home. The temperature seemed to drop as they crossed the threshold, leaving a trail of frost in their wake. The Christmas tree lights flickered, casting eerie shadows that danced on the walls. In the children's room, Emma and Charlie slept soundly, oblivious to the presence that had invaded their home. The stranger moved with an otherworldly grace, as if gliding across the floor, leaving behind a trail of frozen footprints. Richard and Kate, paralyzed with fear, could only watch as the figure reached the Christmas tree. The melody grew louder, a haunting tune that seemed to seep into the very walls of the house. Ornaments trembled on the branches, and the room felt charged with an unnatural energy. As the visitor extended a hand towards the tree, the room plunged into darkness. The only source of light came from the figure itself, a glow that cast long shadows on the walls. The melody transformed into a low, mournful hum, sending shivers down the McKinley spines. In the children's room, Emma stirred, her eyes fluttering open. A soft glow emanated from the hallway, drawing her like a moth to a flame. She stepped into the corridor, her gaze fixed on the ethereal light that seemed to beckon her. As Emma approached the living room, she gasped at the sight before her. The figure, now surrounded by an otherworldly aura, stood in front of the Christmas tree. Ornaments levitated in the air, spinning in a mesmerizing dance. The room pulsed with a strange energy, as if time itself had come to a standstill. The children's innocent curiosity overcame their fear, and they approached the figure with a mixture of trepidation and wonder. The visitor turned, and for a moment, their sunken eyes met Emma's innocent gaze. In that silent exchange, something shifted. The haunting melody softened, and the spectral glow dimmed. The frozen footprints that marked the figure's passage began to melt, leaving tiny puddles on the floor. With a final, mournful hum, the visitor stepped away from the Christmas tree and moved towards the open door. The room gradually warmed, and the lights flickered back to life. The melody faded into the night, leaving only the distant howl of the winter wind. As the figure vanished into the snowy landscape, the McKinley family stood in the doorway, their hearts pounding with a mix of fear and fascination. The Christmas tree, once touched by an otherworldly presence, now stood serenely, the only evidence of the visitor's silent night escapade. The town of Evergreen awoke to a Christmas morning like no other. The snow-covered streets bore no trace of the mysterious figure, and the McKinley family, forever changed by the spectral encounter, gathered by the Christmas tree. As the sun painted the sky in hues of pink and gold, they exchanged a silent acknowledgement. The memory of the silent night visitor would linger in their hearts, a chilling and enchanting tale to be passed down through the generations of Evergreen